Welcome to the historic Rubicon Trail. I'm Ken Hauer of the Rubicon Trail Foundation, and this series is called The History of the Trail and How Did That Spot Get Its Name? Because some are obvious like V-notch and some are not so obvious like whale bones. So let's get out there and let's get started. Hi, I'm Ken Hauer of the Rubicon Trail Foundation, and this is...
I'm John Ahrens.
Also of the foundation. It could be our shirts, probably gives you the clue, or the other 12 videos that we've done that you've watched. But we are here today at kind of an odd historical landmark.
And it doesn't even have a name, it's just a spot on the trail.
Exactly. There's no name, whatever, but it does have a lot of history. And so I'll tell you my history, and then you can chime in. So the first time I was on the Rubicon Trail, my cousin took me. I was 17, I believe. Anyway, when we got to the trail, I was astonished.
Yeah.
At the amount of signs that were on the trail. There was a bunch of street signs. When you got to Little Sluice, it said speed limit 25 miles an hour, freeway entrance. Big Sluice had the telephone booth in case of emergency. Call here. Obviously, the phone's not connected to anything.
It's just a payphone stuck to the side of a tree.
There was a McBride Avenue in Vallejo sign that was about this high off the ground that was there. They were all over the trail. They were funny.
The one I remember was Greenback Lane on the far side. Remember the other side of observation?
Yes. Yep. So yeah, these signs were all over the trail. And like anything, probably the first few signs it was funny, but then when you got to Big Sluice, there must have been 30 signs there.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, it was overkill. And the bottom line is we come here for the beauty of the Rubicon Trail and not to look at street sign, even though they were rather humorous. Mm-hmm. So what was your first impression when you saw them?
So I just remember them being there, and I don't remember as many names as you did on the signs. And I thought it was cool, but I was also 18 and thought what 18-year-olds thought. Wow, isn't that cool? Ha, 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 isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. Anyway, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
They were everywhere. And we're standing next to one.
That is still here.
We're standing next to one. It's right there.
Yep. We will have a close-up shot for you.
And as far as I know, it's the only sign left.
And it is... I would say a solid 20 feet in the air.
It could be, yeah. It could be.
Maybe 25 feet. It's way up there.
So why is that one still there?
John, why don't you tell me why that one is still there? Because you actually know why it's still there.
I do. I was here. So this is a spot that I frequent. I'm around this area quite a bit. And one day I was walking from over there, this direction, and I'm walking up, and I got a day pack on, I'm hiking, and it's, a bright day out, and I come around the corner, and there's a couple of fellas in green uniforms, and they're got backpacks full of signs. They're taking signs down as fast as they can go, and I said, hey fellas, what's going on? And they said, oh, we're taking down all these signs. We're from the Forest Service, and we're taking down all these signs. The district ranger said that it's defacing the forest, and they got to come down. I said, oh. I said, well,
the fire police got involved.
So I said, how are you going to get that sign down? It's way up in the tree. And he had already climbed the tree at Little Sluice and taken all the signs down there. He said, I got these, he's obviously a tree climber guy, and I've got these, equipment, spurs and whatever, and I'm going to go climb this tree, and we're going to take the sign down. Mm-hmm. And I said, I don't think you can do that. He said, what do you mean? I said, this is private property. And he said, it is? I said, yeah, it's private property. And he said, well, if it's private property, obviously, we can't do it. And he said, I kind of didn't want to climb up there anyway. And they put their packs back on and started walking. And the sign's been there ever since.
And the airport sign is still there on the tree. So if you happen to after V Notch, before you head to Arnold's Rock, look up, you will see a last remnant of the 60s and 70s, the heyday of...
Or 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But I kind of like I don't want signs everywhere on the trail, and I'm certainly discouraging anybody from doing that. But I kind of like that one from the old days is still left.
Yeah, I do get a warm and fuzzy chuckle every time I see the airport's over here.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but there is definitely no airport.
There's no airport.
Yeah, great. All right, so what do we have left?
Like, subscribe, and comment.
And
let's go wheeling.
Let's go wheeling. So if you could move over just like a half step.
The camera is a naked woman with big boobs.
Yeah, there you
go. And am I pointing to the sign?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
All right.
That's my set. Saturday night favorite point.
Oh yeah, John Travolta.